Welcome back. I'm going to make my aubergine recipe. It's a follow-on from the mozzarella one, same day. Because I made the mozzarella for this recipe. So I'm going to split the two videos up so you can watch them separately. So we're going to make, I don't know what this is called, but it's an aubergine recipe, put it that way. So you've got your aubergine. All right, depending on what size dish you're going to use, I'm going to use 2 aubergines because that's all I bought today, and I'm going to cut them up. Voila, there we are, that was quick. Cut them up. I'm going to do the same with this one, and then we're going to put them into a bowl of salted water. So get some salt in there, and in go the aubergines. You need to make sure that these are underneath the water, so you need to put a plate on top of them to hold them down. So I'll just go and cut this one up and get back to you. I've actually done this step without soaking them before I knew you were supposed to, and the aubergines tasted perfectly fine. So I don't know whether this is just to draw out some of the starch in them. So I'm going to put, I'm going to put it that way, man. Watch it all spill out all over everywhere. That's why I've got a tea towel on the table, just so I don't get water everywhere. I'm just going to put a weight on that, hold them down into the water, leave them for about an hour, and then we'll go on to the next step. You need an oven-proof dish. I better tip this up so she's not going to be able to see it. Look, right, of some description. So you can lay things flat in the bottom. So now I need to make some tomato sauce of some description, either shop bought or from your own tomatoes, seasoned to taste, whatever you like, basil or whatever you like in with your tomatoes. So make the sauce. So in my pan I have some chopped garlic, and I'm now going to put some finely chopped onions into my pan. And I'm going to add some olive oil. I need a bit more than this. I've got to go and get another bottle. Just drain this one. Anyway, a little bit more olive oil than that. Fry the onions and the garlic. So soften your onions. If you can just get go a little bit further than just soft, to kind of get all the nice flavourings out of the onions, but don't burn them. Right, we'll come back later when they're done. The onions are nicely softening. Now, I've not stated any quantities because I don't know what size you're going to be making, and some people don't like many onions. We like a lot of onions. So onions and garlic, and salt and pepper in a bit to your taste. And now I'm going to put in the tomatoes. We have tomatoes skinned and nearly completely seeded. There's a few seeds in there, but that's not going to harm anybody. Have got a few more to go in. I haven't got many tomatoes, so I'm going to use a can of tomatoes. So there we are, a few more tomatoes and a few herbs to suit your tastes, so you can put whatever herbs you like in. And I have got some tomato juice from the tomatoes, just in case I decide I want my sauce a little bit thinner than this. Just put a bit of black pepper in, and now this is going to simmer, and I need it reasonably thick. I don't want it too watery. so I don't think I need the tomato juice, but while I'm preparing other things, if that boils down a bit too much, then I've got a bit of tomato juice to add to it. We'll need some flour, and I've used plain flour, and some eggs. Got to beat the eggs, and now we have to dry the aubergines before we put them into this mixture, and then put them into the frying pan to just get golden brown on each side. Right, I've beat my eggs up, and into my eggs I'm going to put, oops, not too much, a little bit of paprika, and some salt and ground pepper. So we want salt and pepper, mix it up. Now I need to drain the aubergines. I've got courgettes on the brain. Drain the aubergines and put them on the towel to dry, and then on to the next step. We have the aubergines laid out, and then I'm just going to put this cloth over the top and pat it down and dry them off. So I'm just going to go like that, shove that one in. We need to take an aubergine and we need to coat it in flour like this, and then we need to coat it in egg, and we have to transfer it to the frying pan. Fill in the pan, make sure it's quite hot so it sizzles when they go in, but not too hot so it splats up at you. So you've got to fry like that until the golden brown on both sides. So you only want 2 or 3 minutes to get them nice and golden brown. Take them out and put them on a plate, and then after you've got them all done, move on to the next step. So we've got them all, well not all of them in the pan, I'll have to do 2 batches, and I'm going to turn them over in a minute. I'll check that the golden brown on the underneath, and if they're not, we'll leave them for a little bit longer. Now a little bit longer. So I'll be back after I've turned them all. So we've just turned them, and if you want to just have the courgettes like this and not make the rest of the dish, you can eat them just like this. We've ate them the other day just like this, and they're very tasty. So I'm very filling actually. So I will come back after I've done them all, and then we'll get on with doing the layering for the rest of the dish. Right, I've decided to go with a smaller dish. Well, this is the finished product, but the in between we had a camera malfunction. Somehow all I got was a black screen, so I don't know why, but what I've done is I've laid the sauce, the aubergine slices, mozzarella, then sauce, then aubergine slices, then mozzarella, then sauce, you know what I mean, laid it to the top, and I've used all my mozzarella I made this morning. So all it needs now is to go in the oven. It is all cooked, so it's just to melt the mozzarella and just give it a nice little crust on top and make it all kind of sit together. You can put Parmesan on top of the mozzarella in each layer. I haven't got any. A hard cheese, whatever you fancy. So I'm going to put it in the oven on about gas mark 6, but I'm not going to leave it in there that long. I'm just going to watch it until the top looks like it's all melted, and then that should be okay. So while I wait for that to cook and then we can all have dinner, I've got a mound of pots to wash now. I'm going to put the dishwasher on, and then I've got more than one sink full of pots as well as a dishwasher. I've made a right mess. So it's alright cooking everything from scratch, but it makes a lot of pots. I do like to cook things that I've grown in the garden and find recipes for stuff I've grown, and it's healthy, better than all this processed stuff. There we are, all nicely cooked. It was about 15 minutes on gas mark 6. I didn't want to do it anymore because I didn't want the cheese to burn on the top. Perhaps if I'd put it under the grill for the last bit for the cheese, it might have made it go a bit more bubbly, but it probably won't win any beauty contests, but that don't matter because it won't last very long around my husband, and he'll be happy. So that's the end product. Thanks for watching.